today. From Soldier Field in Chicago, this is Madden NFL 21.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnists write, possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
2nd and 4. Flush to his right. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. What a glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run, Montgomery. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 44. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield and try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. K.J. Hamler returning it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's Desmond Trufant. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. We thought this defense... defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Hamler now to return it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force it completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Now Gordon on first down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down and 4, Bridgewater sets up the screen to Gordon. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They'll throw again, Bridgewater. Got Gordon open, completes it. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. To the air again with Bridgewater. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon. As the first half is winding down. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as a head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here comes Cohen. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Second and 2. Rolling to his left. He'll run it. He finds an opening past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here.
Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 6-yard touchdown run as the Bears push further out in front. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Here's Bridgewater. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Throwing is Bridgewater. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Bridgewater. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll roll him out right. The 20 on the crossing route, complete. It's Robinson. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
He can run, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
We'll take that.
It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears will extend their lead. We've seen this already from him in this game. 2nd time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
Santos now to add the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So that drive, 4 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Hamler now to return it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick there to make the grab. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but This one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. And I think the Broncos have it. They do. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Bridgewater to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Bridgewater again. Able to get this to Gordon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. 4th down, Bridgewater. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And it's incomplete. Still time left, though. 2 seconds remaining now in the 4th quarter. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And, partner, when you hear about a 6'5", 235, 240-pound quarterback, you don't often think of him being overlooked coming out of high school, do you? That's exactly what happened to Josh Allen. Overlooked, ended up going to a junior college, Reedley Community College out in California, before matriculating to the University of Wyoming, and the Cowboys were so glad to get him.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On the return is Cohen. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now Montgomery. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Jerry Hughes on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
We're scoreless after 1.
Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Flushed out right. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the 1st half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the... Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jake Butt there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Steps away. It's caught. And it's 8-0.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They'll be searching to dent the scoreboard for the first time. Now down 8-0 as they begin with a 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Allen to throw once more. Going to throw deep for the end zone.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
Dawson Knox there to make the grab. And his guy's now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
One of the things that led this organization to commit to him as a starting quarterback as a rookie, his ability to keep his eyes downfield and make plays out of the pocket. Able to see the receiver while on the move and complete a really accurate throw.
Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jimmy Graham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he's got it. So they try for two, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So two successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. Here's Cohen now to return.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? Four verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Let's go one more. 44 to the right. 44
Out of the gun now on third down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, 59 yards as the Bears push further out in front.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Takes it at the 7. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. To credit that sack to Robert Quinn. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. That'll be complete to Breida. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at Soldier Field. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Robert Quinn. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A nice gain at 21 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Montgomery back to the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From a yard out, and the Bears will extend their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
And the lead is now 24. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Montgomery. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.
today. From Soldier Field in Chicago, this is Madden Football on EA Sports.
Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out now come the Patriots as they are led out by their quarterback, a former MVP of the National Football League back in 2015, Cam Newton.
And when he's at the top of his game, you see that big smile. That's when you know everything is clicking. That means he's accurate throwing the football. They can't get him down in the run game, and his team is having a whole lot of fun because when they score a touchdown, some fan's going to get lucky and get the game ball.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On the ground, this is Michel trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. It's caught on the right side at Smith. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Airing it out deep for Smith. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jonnu Smith, 41 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
Here's Cohen now to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you? This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he will have the Bears first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing again. Newton. Hunter Henry brings it in. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Newton. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Patriots send out their punter. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. Fielded at the 20. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
Rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Running for it, Montgomery. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
That's what I'm frustrated about, man.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Yeah, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now the second down throw on target. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 31-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Back now at Soldier Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Newton on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Now it's Newton. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Hunter Henry there to make the grab. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So now a big spot for the Pats as they'll go for 2. They'll run for it with Michel. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. So now the Bears down on the scoreboard. Just over 1:40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
What did I think,
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
He's back to throw. Steps away. He'll try and run it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Back to throw. On the move to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson there to make the grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So now all eyes on the Patriots, trailing by 1 after the 2-point conversion. A little under a minute to go. Back to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Once again, up come the Bears, and they're going for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Dancing to his left. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Takes it at the 7.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now
this is caught inside the 15. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air.
On for the extra point is Folk. And the lead is down to 2. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And
today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, this is the National Football League.
here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it, Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2nd down, here's Hurts. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 35 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. So they start this game just like they won. Opening drive touchdown, a nice run there to finish it off.
Yeah, that's what we call an explosive run because of the distance. And being able to do that, that puts a little uncertainty in the minds of your opponent.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick-6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills?
Oh,
pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they just had that pick-6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 11. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. It'll be a gain of 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
That's complete to Jake Butt. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. He's going to... And now a fumble. The ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
On 1st down, Hurts.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation, and what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 45 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. 2nd and 4. Eluding the pressure right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson there to make the grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Here we go. Right now, right now.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Let's go.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Sanders, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Being chased out left. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Rolling to his left. He'll try and run it. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. From the 2 now, second and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Obviously a huge touchdown for their team, but a big touchdown for a rookie quarterback here to be able to break the tie in the fourth quarter.
And he just shook off all the pressure, too, because when you think about it, tie ball game, rookie quarterback, most of them are thinking, don't make a mistake. Instead, this young man just said, I'll make a play.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, this is the NFL on EA Sports.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
First carry now for David Montgomery.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And finding Keelan Cole.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Crowder's got it over the middle. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 33. 6 yards on the pickup, and the Jets are going to get a new set of downs.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Coleman. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the 1st half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Cohen now to return.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first two drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. They're going to look to throw. The throw taken in by Cole. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back to throw now on first down. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a very strong first half for our rookie quarterback. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The New York set to take the field. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a two-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep, ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. Now this one complete to Corey Davis, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack. Decided to keep it that time on the option. Got out left, but the defense was right there.
And you know what happened on that play, right? Because the defense, as you said, not letting him get upfield. No place for him to ever duck his shoulders and turn upfield and gain yardage. Had to keep moving out laterally. Nice play by the defenders.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to kicker Sam Ficken. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Ficken's kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Cohen now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
That's how you get fired up, baby. That's how you get fired up.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
57, Mike, 57.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Out of the gun now on third down. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah. I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And that's complete to Croft. And he gets this up across the 35. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Let's go. Come on, guys.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Steps away. That's caught by Montgomery. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Steps away to his left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he's flushed out left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. They'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Oh, yeah, baby. All day, all day.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Jared Davis in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 33 yards that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Jets defense, we watch them get set to go now. And they have been disruptive in the backfield. How often when we see this, as we look at some of these highlights, is it... The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him. Second and 14. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson there to make the grab. And the Bears will add on to their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Good job, good job.
So the Jets now down by 9, 2:23 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. 27 yards there, a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll look to throw again. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Roquan Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It cuts this thing to 2. It's 15-13 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. So with 40 seconds left, we'll see the onside kick. If they've ever needed one to go their way, it's now. Now, wait a minute. Did the Jets get it? They did. A field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll run with Coleman on first down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back to throw. This one caught by Davis. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
So the focus now shifts to the Bears, trailing by 5, 20 seconds to go. Now they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bless on Austin.
And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking...
Set for football now on a sunny afternoon in the second city. And off we go from Soldier Field.
And this carries into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't it.
And this throw will be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. Past the 20.
You know they pay me extra for this.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now on comes the Bears offense as he'll be called in to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And the conversion good. He's got it. So the lead swells to 16-0.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Second and 13. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because This has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. Here we go on 2nd and 12. The throw taken in by Cole. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Ficken's kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
He's got it. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Rolling to his right. That's caught at the 2. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out as the Bears push further out in front.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And the Jets have got it. Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Robert Quinn picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They're going to try and throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a... You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw, and this is going to be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. 23 yards the pickup there. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards the pick up there. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And it's caught. And he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And quickly they get to the line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bears will extend their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And the Jets have got it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Out to Cole on the right side.
What was that, man?
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. And finding Keelan Cole. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. On the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 23 yards the pickup there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36.
We dominate today.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket, but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever.